Hi everyone, it's Randy Biner again. Thank you so much for joining. This is the 10 Tips for 10 Days Challenge on LinkedIn. And my theme has been how to avoid regrets in life. We've already seen several videos on how to do that. Today is the last one in the series. It's about the power of thank yous. So why are thank yous so important and what do they have to do with regrets, you may ask? So my wife has given me a lot of good advice, great advice over the years. And one of the best ones was to thank people who were important in my life. So for her, unfortunately, her dad passed away when she was 8 years old. So she never had a chance to tell him how important he was to her, what he meant to her. And so my wife noticed that I told everyone about my mom. Oh, my mom is so great. My mom is so important to me. And so she's like, well, have you ever told your mom? And I was like, no, I haven't. And then it dawned on me, I have to thank my mom. So I live here in California, but she lives in Switzerland where I grew up. And so, uh, I go see her once a year for sure, maybe twice. And so on one of these visits, I basically hand wrote a heartfelt letter for her, and I gave it to her. And two things happened. So of course, the first one was it was unexpected. She loved the letter, right? And she told me that whenever she misses me, she reads the letter. So it's like that gift that keeps on giving. And then for me, it was really really cool too because I know now that she knows how I feel about her. There's no doubts. There's no words left unsaid, right? And that's a really cool thing because what it allowed me to do is not have a regret about it, right? And so what I encourage you to do is to do the same thing. To avoid regrets, think about the people you want to thank now while you still can. And maybe it's the usual suspects. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your grandparents. Your grandparents who raised you were instrumental in raising you. Maybe it was a professor or a teacher at school. So what I recommend you do is what I did. Either handwrite a letter, better than typing an email, handwriting it, and then send it to her or giving it to them in person. Or you can also call them up. I know that I've done this so many times now, and it's very unexpected, but universally the response has been very positive. People are just so touched by something positive like that. They know they mattered to another human being. It's a really important gift you can give someone. So now, if you're thinking of yourself, well, I don't really have that list. If you're kind of struggling, here's a deceptively simple exercise you can do. So you basically put a line right through a sheet. So this is your happiness curve, and so it's a straight line, and everything above the curve is where you were happiest, and then below the curve is when you were unhappy. And so you start with age 0. This is where you were born through where you are currently. You put this curve, and then you realize very quickly at these downward points, right before it went back up, who were the people who potentially had something to do with that? Maybe it's someone who gave you a chance. Maybe it's someone who inspired you. Maybe it's someone who believed in you. Who are those people? And then add them to the list of the people you want to thank and do that today. So it's all about gratitude. And in that same spirit, I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in over the last 10 days and watching these videos and commenting and liking. The response was completely blew me away. I mean, 4 of these videos actually were trending on LinkedIn. So the bucket list one, avoiding a quarter life crisis, best marriage advice ever, important life decisions. And these videos were viewed 13,000 times. So if you miss some of these videos and you want to watch them, you can go to hashtag no life regrets, and you can actually see not just these past videos, but also future content that I produce. I've also created a private Facebook group. So you could put in no life regrets in Facebook, either 3 words or 1 word, and then that should show you a private group. Just ask to join. I will approve you, and then we can stay in touch, and we can keep this momentum going, and hopefully exchanging ideas and making this really a place with no regrets. Finally, I want to thank the 4 people who created the challenge: Bobby Umar, Kira Day, Lila Smith, and Jake Jordan, as well as Dr. Jen Faber. She is actually the one who initially told me about this challenge, so without her, I wouldn't even be talking to you guys. So again, thank you so much for watching these videos, and I hope we can stay in touch either on LinkedIn or Facebook, and I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you so much.